Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more BioInk Redemption. This week we are going to mix things up and we're going to leave the death campaign behind and go to the life campaign. Turn things around a little bit. We are going to be the hero who saves Jane Doe's life or whoever the heck we feel like. Now I have played a little bit of this in my spare time trying to get everything beaten on the severe difficulty, which thus far we have managed to do. We do have to start off with Terminal Patient. That is our next stage in the life campaign, so that's what I'm going to do today. Keep a patient alive for a set number of days. That scares me a little bit because I'm pretty confident that means that the AI is going to be non-stop evolving absolutely every single disease. But let's try it on a severe difficulty anyway. We'll go ahead and do Jane Doe. And for my traits, or boosters, I don't know, what do I want? I feel like there's a very good chance that our patient will end up going to the emergency room at some point, so extra points to try and set that back might be good. Anything to slow down the collapse might be good. Decreased system collapse could be really nice. And for intensive care, there's nothing we can afford here, which is unfortunate. Lifestyles. Some lifestyles could slow it down. Diseases. All diseases less potent could have been nice too. Fewer potential diseases make it easier for me to actually find them. Well, so these kind of work the same way in their own, a little bit differently though. Diseases produce less symptoms, so it's easier to narrow them down. In this case, I'll just be told less possible diseases in the first place. So they kind of work the same way. The question is, do I want to have that or do I want to have lifestyles? This could have been really good, actually. But I think we're going to go for fewer diseases and see how well that works out for me. So we'll try to stack up. We'll assume that the patient's going to take a lot of damage and go to the emergency room, so I get extra bio points, and then we're just going to have to be curing as many things as possible. Guessing for end-of-path diseases can save you time and resources. Absolutely it can. All right, the patient is already feeling the pain. We have quite a bit invested in the circulatory system at the moment. So if you guys haven't seen the life campaign, well, the way that it works is instead of picking up a disease and evolving it so that someone takes damage, we instead have to run various different tests to identify which diseases our patient has, and once identified, we can prescribe a cure. For example, the circulatory system is currently taking a load of damage. I'm fairly confident that we want to do some tests in the blood pressure and ultrasounds. We probably could go for this as well, but let's instead focus a little bit of effort on the respiratory system as well. We'll do a stethoscope exam. Don't necessarily need to do a flu test yet, and we will also have a physical exam, which will test for gastroenteritis, chronic muscle cramp, and androgenic alopecia, or whatever you want to call that. So we'll just do a couple little tests here and there, see if we can find some diseases that are causing problems. Physical exam turned up negative for a few things. We also could go ahead and get a lifestyle. I'm thinking something to try and slow down the decay of the circulatory system might be good. In that case, the only thing I can really afford right now is a Mediterranean diet, but it does help a little bit, so we'll do that. All right, so our patient does have the flu and hypertension. That was to be expected. By the way, don't look for the viruses. This time around, we have blood cells. Red and blue and white blood cells. And they have blood clots, deep vein thrombosis, and post-phlebitic syndrome. Lots of problems with our patient currently. We need to start curing some of that ASAP, so let's do that. So we know that these are indeed a problem. I'm going to go ahead and grab the deep vein thrombosis just in case the AI has not got pulmonary embolism yet. So we'll try going for this first. We can also go for the blood clots. We could go for this now, or I could go for the hypertension, which is cheaper, but this is a pretty severe symptom, very severe in fact, so let's go for this one first. All right, so we're going to cure a lot of those things in the circulatory system right now. The flu is certainly something else that we should focus on at some point, but for now, this is going to make some pretty good progress, I think. Skeletal system, go for those extra points. I do think our patient's going to go to the ER pretty early on. Circulatory system's already quite low. If I had my way, the patient would already be in the emergency room wasting taxpayer dollars. But that's fine. We'll wait. Let's go for the flu. Cure some of this now. Now, the reason I prefer to cure things rather than continue doing more diagnoses, I guess is the proper term, is because I'd like to go ahead and eliminate a bunch of the symptoms over here. In the life campaign, what you can do is click on a symptom, and it highlights all of the known diseases that have that as a symptom. So it's a way of trying to narrow things down. We also have a booster, which narrows it down even further. But the more of these symptoms I can actually eliminate by curing things, the less likely I'm going to waste my points on a test that doesn't actually matter. So that's my thought process on it. Whether it's the actual best decision, I don't know for sure. All right, so a lot of this stuff's going to get cured. We probably... Well, the respiratory system is still having a lot of trouble. I think we focus a lot of our efforts here next. We know that this bronchitis is not an issue. You probably do have H1N1 if I had to guess. A flu test would be relatively cheap. Alternatively, we could go for respiratory monitoring. Let's see, chest pain would meet that. Muscle weakness only could be H1N1. Well, okay, I say that. You gotta. It's tricky to actually do a differential diagnosis. So what was it I just said that could be H1N1? Yeah, muscle weakness. Muscle weakness could be H1N1, or it could be any of these other ones as well. So just because it looks like it's H1N1 doesn't mean that it absolutely is. Now, at the same time, because the respiratory system is taking a lot of damage, I think there's a better chance that it is. So we could do a flu test. I think for now, I'm going to go ahead and do the respiratory monitoring. Let's see if we can find that. What do we need for an upgrade? Treat 3 diseases. Well, we're working on that now, so pretty soon we can go ahead and get our first upgrade. Grab that. Thank you. And asthma and respiratory failure. Hey, we found a few things. Okay, let's go for the harvest power. Make sure that I grab all of these. And then we are going to go to the respiratory failure. Oxygen therapy has an efficiency of only 50%, which is not very good. So I'm going to go for mechanical ventilation to make sure that our respiratory system does get cured up. Grab that first. More important. Well, it's worth losing the 2 points in order to get the 3, right? Pretty sure. Now, we could evolve some lifestyles to try and offset a lot of the damage that has been done so that our patient is less likely to die. That said, I kind of want our patient to go to the ER, so I might wait on that a little bit. Let's go ahead and cure up the asthma. That only takes a day, so that's easy. And skadoosh. Nervous system has some more points for me. Thank you. What do we need for our next upgrade? Are we already in the ER? Because I feel like I'm getting a lot more points. I think we might actually already be in the ER. Evolve an intensive care item. That is easily done. But I'm not sure that I absolutely need it right now. Believe it or not, our patient is actually looking fairly good. Now, this is a problem. Headache, shaking, muscle weakness is possible here. We're going to go for the neurological exam since it's pretty cheap. We're going to go for the electroencephalogram. Gosh, who comes up with all these names? I don't know. Let's also go for something to improve the respiratory and circulatory system. I think since we're already in the ER, that's fine. Pretty confident, and hopefully we can start regenerating some damage. One thing that I haven't been paying enough attention to, I think, as I've been learning more about this game, you can see these little numbers right here, and it tells me that the respiratory system is going down, but right now we've actually stabilized the circulatory system. So as long as nothing new comes up, and it probably will, our circulatory system is actually in good shape. If I continue evolving more lifestyles, we actually can heal the system. So it's a good way of actually tracking how much damage is being done in a particular system. All right, so we found stroke and epileptic seizures. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and cure this. We're actually pretty on top of this right now. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Insomnia is no longer a thing. Okay. Go to the muscular. I missed it. Darn it. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Let's go here. We can get seizures or stroke. Aspirin is only 50% effective. I think I'm okay with waiting to get a better treatment to make sure that our circulatory system actually starts regenerating. I think that'll be better overall. And now we have enough points. So let's go ahead and fix that. Thrombolysis, I think is what it is. That actually will make sure that the circulatory system starts to regenerate now. So thank you, Lifestyles. You're doing a great job. Grab these points like so. Doop-a-doop, doop, doop-a-doo. We only have 100 days left. We just have to keep the patient alive. That's all we have to do. All right, so muscle weakness is the only remaining symptom in our patient right now. I do think that this is the most likely culprit, is H1N1. It does damage to the muscles, the respiratory system, and the immune system, which it so happens are the 3 systems that are currently reporting that they're taking damage. So we'll do that. I'm also going to go ahead and boost up, let's say... Good genetics is tempting. We're going to go for probably some relaxation therapy. I could go for something in intensive care. Let's do fast diagnosis. And now that we have that, we can get an upgrade once I get the points, which will not take very long at all. Like so. And H1N1 indeed was positive. Let's get the extra points every 15 days. It will end up paying for itself. How many do we need to cure H1N1? Only 2, but it's a 75% efficiency, and right now I'm not feeling too worried about our patient, and we can get some more points right now. So let's go ahead and do that. I am going to get antiviral drugs, and H1N1 is cured, and now we're just regenerating everything and keeping our patient alive for the next 94 days. Turns out that was a pretty easy scenario. Wow, the extra points going to the ER was absolutely the best thing to do, and I think that I am getting better at diagnosing in the life campaign. So this was actually super duper easy. Let's go for some extra lifestyles. We could go for yoga. Instead, I'm going to go for some... We're gonna go for some good genetics. I just like the idea of Jane Doe having just generally good genetics. We are altering her DNA. And how are we looking as far as... So a lot of things are currently regenerating right now, which is great. I think I will go ahead and give her some yoga, just to improve her nervous system a little bit. We're just trying to buy the best possible score at this point because we already have cured all the diseases. So unless the AI feels like evolving some new ones, I'm feeling very confident. Very confident indeed. Renal system looks good. Skeletal digestive is fantastic. Nothing to worry about there. We'll just go for more lifestyles, I guess. Let's go for... We don't need digestive and renal as the thing. Or skeletal, or... We do need muscular. Let's go for some strength training and a fitness enthusiast. There you go. All right, that's right. Get muscly. Get strong, girl. Yeah, Jane Doe. You're a boss. All right, she got an immune boost as well. Well, how nice is that? There we go. Doop, doop, doop. All the free points coming in right now. Good lord, I can't even keep up with how many points we're getting all of a sudden. This is fantastic. We are going to make her become an incredible athlete. Her nervous system gets better, and we got an achievement for that. Have I never done that before? Apparently not. We are going to say that you are going to be drug-free, and you've never smoked before. This is going to be our healthiest patient ever. Eventually. Not yet. But eventually she will be fantastic. Grab these. Missed those points. That's fine. What else do we want to get? Proper hydration would be good. A healthy diet sounds nice. Yeah, her health is actively going up by quite a bit. We only have 56 days to make a tip-top, perfectly healthy patient. I think we can do it. Let's go for the healthy diet. That would lead to a weight loss diet, which is nice. Also a sleep routine for the immune system, which we could improve a little bit. Yeah. She does have some hereditary issues, apparently, which, again, is in direct conflict, I think, with the good genetics that we evolved for her. I do wonder if this game might be a little bit more, one, realistic and also more challenging. If there was an option, like an optional game mode, where if somebody grabs, let's say, a hereditary issue, that locks out the good genetics. That could be especially fun in multiplayer mode because that would create a whole new level of strategy, which would be pretty fun. All right, let's go ahead and do the weight loss diet. We are going to go for a sleep routine, and we are going to grab... That was annoying. Okay, meditation, and we are perfect. Good. This patient has fantastic lifestyle choices and cannot be beaten under any circumstances. Woo! I wonder... You know, here's the fun thing, right? So, this is totally unnecessary. Medically unnecessary, but we could also just give her like a whole... Oh, no, we can't. I was going to say, we could just give her like a transplant, but the system actually has to be below 20% health for that to work. All right. Better lifestyles, more efficiency in all lifestyles. Done. Better treatments, 10% efficiency on all evolved treatments, present and future. Okay, not that it matters for the ones we already did, I guess. I guess we can pick this up as well. I don't know if we get better score for evolving things or not. We'll go ahead and grab level 4 for the extra points, sure. And we have 30 days on the clock to run out. We're going to go ahead and speed up time. Whee! Pew, 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 pew. Time goes by really fast all of a sudden. Whee! I'm getting a lot of points. Whee! There's nothing to do. We beat the scenario too fast. I don't know if I just got lucky with it because it is randomly generated in this scenario, which symptoms or which diseases our patient starts with. I have really no control over that. It's not like you can just learn it ahead of time and just do really well. Maybe we got lucky, maybe we didn't, and we just are that good. I guess we'll find out in future scenarios. Please just run out the clock a little bit faster. Look how much healthier she is. Look how healthy she is. I can safely say that I not only cured this patient, I left her better than when I found her. Phew! Happy Jane Doe. All right, that was super duper easy. 160 days. Very good diagnosis efficiency, my lord. and 10 diseases treated, and a total score of 6,325. That's pretty good. That was pretty darn good. I'm happy with that. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I, as always, will see you guys next time.